Hi, Marilyn Rabia, and it has been a great morning for me.
It has been for me too, Marilyn. I'm Hugh Gonzalez, and what a beautiful Columbus Day it is today.
Speaking of Columbus Day, did you know that Christopher Columbus might have not discovered America but the Africans?
Really? I thought Africans were incapable of pre-Columbian voyages because of their lack in sailing experience.
Yes, research from diffusionists...
Diffusionists, don't you mean?
Yes, research from diffusionists, who are people that believe that other races were here in the United States of America before Columbus, like Leo Weiner and Michael Bradley, and inventionists like Juan Comas and Thomas Whitaker, who believe that practices were formed on their own and that no other races were here in the USH2A before Columbus. Both argued this very idea.
How so?
Well, Leo Weiner suggests that similarities in linguistics and smoking pipes practices are very similar to those of the Native Americans and Africans. However, Bradley argues that Africans must have come here at least 3,000 years ago, when native civilization was being formed because of the Negroid features in various sculptures.
Yes, but some inventionists argue against Bradley's argument because they suggest a time lag of acquisition of these practices. For example, Native Americans started building pyramids 2,000 years after Egyptians had stopped.
Wow.
Inventionists also suggest why this happened, why Africans or any other races weren't here to continue that practice. Inventionists also state that the African connection theory is basically based on just a few facts, and that the basis of those few facts aren't real for any real argument.
Well, there you have it, New Jersey. We're going to go to Terry Hong now at a local university. Hi, Terry. What do you have in store for us?
Thank you, Hugo. Hi, this is Terry Han, and I'm currently at Jersey Technical Institute to see what students here think about today's issue, whether or not Africans arrived here before Columbus. I'm here with Jeanette to give us her opinion.
Hello, and thank you. Well, I personally agree with the diffusionist part of the argument because there is botanical evidence that suggests that the Africans were here in America before Columbus, such as the plant bottlegourd, which is from Africa and which was here in America before Columbus, as well as cotton, as said by scholar Michael Bradley.
Thank you. And now I'm here with Chanel to give us her opinion on today's subject. Since there is evidence that Africans were here before Columbus due to skeletal and facial similarities of Africans that were found, what do you think of this, Chanel?
Well, I disagree because scholars such as Juan Comas says that genetic traits were brought over by people from Asia, where the Negroids live, and that characteristics of the Africans were developed over time in Mesoamerica.
Thank you, and now I'm here with Michael to give us his opinion. So, Michael, do you believe that Africans arrived here before Columbus, as scholarly research shows?
Yes, I do believe so because there has been some stories that Columbus might have seen some dark-skinned people with metal spears in America, but recent discoveries have found that artifacts of spears made from the same metal used by the Africans were found in Africa. And also, the Ra II which was a Egyptian vessel, which was similar to the African ship, were proved it was transatlantic voyage was possible, and to make them, so they must have been there before Columbus.
Thank you. There we have it, Michael.
Thank you, Terry. And now we have live via satellite Dr. Dennis Sylvester, who has a PhD in history and archaeology and is an expert in sub-Saharan civilization.
So, Dr. Dennis, we have two questions for you. What are your views on this controversy, and what did you think of those interviewees' points of views?
Hello, Marilyn. Hello, Hugo. Thank you for having me this morning. Well, the first person makes a good argument, but there is evidence that the bottle gourd was here before any African presence. Inventionist Thomas Whitaker stated that the gourd remains were here about 5000 BC, too early for any man to have brought it. Instead, Whitaker suggests that it was carried by oceanic current, and there is evidence that gourd seed can float on salt water for about 225 days without losing its potency. Now, the Olmec heads are the most celebrated defense of African presence before Columbus. These huge carved heads got African features like thick lips, wide noses, and high cheekbones. These were done for political and social leaders, suggesting that the Olmecs were probably ruled by Africans. Now, inventionists disagree with this argument. Instead, they believe that these heads are merely stylized version of Native Americans. They say that the artist purposely distorted to create illusion. Others believe that it is simply because the Olmecs did not have proper chiseling tools that could produce realistic features. So, you see, there is really no right or wrong answer. Both sides makes a very good convincing argument. So this controversy may as well remain unresolved.
Thank you, Doctor, for your expert commentary.
And that concludes our segment. This is Good Morning Jersey. I'm Marilyn Rabia.
And I'm Hugo Gonzalez. Thank you for tuning in and have a great day.
Just as we are.
That's the way I like it. My garden's a secret compartment, and that's the way I like it. And that's the way I like it. Your body's a dream that turns violent, and that's the way I like it. And that's the way I like it.